I tried YouTube automation for 60 days, and you won't believe what happened. My goal was simple: get my YouTube channel monetized and make $1,500. I definitely wasn't expecting the results that I got, and I also wasn't expecting some of the huge problems that I faced. By the end of this video, you'll see what it realistically looks like to start a faceless YouTube automation channel, so you can decide whether this is for you. But first, let's talk about why I even decided to start a YouTube automation channel. I've been seeing faceless YouTube videos a lot over the past few years. I was hooked on a magnate's media video when a light bulb went off in my head. Why can't I do the same thing? I wouldn't have to show my face, and I could automate the process so that it would be quicker to make videos. Plus, YouTube videos can keep making you money months and years after you upload them, so it's one of the best passive income sources out there. So I gave myself the goal of starting a profitable, faceless YouTube channel in 60 days. If I couldn't make it work, I'd forget about it and try something else. The pressure was on. I sat down and mapped out all the steps that I would have to take. For the video creation process, I knew that I wanted to do some things myself with AI tools, and then hire someone to handle the parts that would take too much of my time. Here's what my process looked like. Step 1. Picking the right niche. The first step in setting up this kind of channel is choosing a niche. This might be the most important part. I didn't want to end up in a niche that was either way too competitive or not profitable enough, so here's how I narrowed it down. I started with VidIQ to get some ideas on popular topics. I plugged in general categories like finance tips, motivational stories, history, and tech gadgets. From there, I looked for topics with high search volume but low to medium competition. I also looked at what sort of videos get me binge-watching on YouTube. After some digging, I landed on storytelling around unsolved mysteries. People love a good mystery. It's timeless content, and I knew I wouldn't have to keep up with constant trends. Plus, it's a niche I love. My idea was simple: tell a new mystery story in each video. No face needed, just good research and narration. I set up my channel, which was pretty simple. I didn't waste time thinking of the perfect name. I kept it all clean and simple, and I used Canva to create the YouTube channel logo and banner. This part was easy, and it took me about 30 minutes to do. Step 2. Finding video ideas. Once I had my niche and channel set up, it was time to brainstorm video ideas. I didn't just go in blind. I did the research. Here's a trick I used. I went to answerthepublic.com and typed in keywords like unsolved mysteries and weird historical events. This site gives you a bunch of questions people are searching for on Google, which helps you find topics people are genuinely interested in. For example, I found searches like, "What is the greatest mystery of the pyramids?" and "Why do people go missing in national parks?" Both of these had the potential to keep people watching, so I added them to my list of video ideas. In the end, I made a list of 50 strong video ideas, which took me 2 days to put together. Step 3. Writing scripts. For script writing, I used ChatGPT to save time. I learned that the trick here is giving ChatGPT clear and detailed prompts, or else it'll give you a generic response. Here's exactly how I prompted it for my first video. But AI isn't perfect. Sometimes it'd go off on a tangent or miss details, so I'd review the script myself, fact-check things, and add a little extra oomph, especially for the hook. For example, ChatGPT once called the Sphinx a guardian of the pyramids. Sounded cool, but it's not historically accurate. Always double-check. Step 4. Adding voiceovers with 11 Labs. Once the script was ready, it was time for voiceovers. I didn't want to use my own voice for this channel because it would take too long, so I went with 11 Labs, which offers AI-generated voices that sound really realistic. For each video, I uploaded the edited script into 11 Labs and selected a male voice called Nigel, which is a bit deep, mysterious, and has that documentary feel. Then I hit generate. The great thing about 11 Labs is that you can adjust the tone and pacing, so I'd tweak it slightly depending on the mood of the video. Most of the time, though, I had to keep an ear out because sometimes the emphasis would sound off, and I'd have to regenerate certain parts to get a more natural sound. Step 5. Outsourcing video editing. Editing videos can be a real time sink, so I knew this was something I wanted to outsource from the start. I went to Fiverr and searched for editors who specialize in creating faceless YouTube videos, filtering by experience and reviews. I messaged a few editors, explaining exactly what I needed. Someone to combine the voiceover with relevant, good footage that fit the mystery theme and the video topic. No crazy animations, just a mix of images, videos, and simple text. My first editor wasn't the best, and also didn't meet deadlines, so I had to switch and find someone more reliable. I realized pretty early that you get what you pay for when it comes to video editing. So, to really make this work, I had to raise my budget for video editing. Once I found the right editor, we set up a process. I'd send them the voiceover and script, they'd put it together with visuals, and they'd get it back to me in 48 hours. Step 6. Creating thumbnails. You can't gloss past thumbnails. This is what gets people to click. I was using YouTube thumbnail templates on Canva at the start, and my thumbnails ended up being pretty boring, so I started learning how to actually use Canva properly. I spent a few hours watching YouTube tutorials to get stronger at making thumbnails. I created a template that included bold text and mysterious images, which helped give each video a unique but consistent look. One trick I used was adding a shadow effect around the main text to make it pop, which I realized gets more clicks. Step 7. Organizing the workflow. Throughout, I set up a system to keep things organized and consistent. I used Google Sheets to create a checklist for each video, with columns for the script, voiceover, editing, and upload status. That way, I could track where each video was in the process. For uploads, I use SocialChamp to schedule everything in advance. I'd upload my finished video to YouTube, set up the title, description, and tags with keywords. I used VidIQ to help with the tags, and then schedule it to go live. VidIQ was definitely non-negotiable for me, though. I used this for my titles, descriptions, tags, and also video ideas. Challenges I faced and how I dealt with them. This process wasn't perfect, and I hit a few walls along the way. The first thing was script issues. ChatGPT sometimes gave me outdated or just plain wrong information. After the first few scripts, I got into the habit of Googling key facts and double-checking dates and details to make sure the information was accurate. No AI tool is completely accurate, so this is just something I realized I would always have to do. And then the biggest problem was with the video editing. As I mentioned, my first editor wasn't reliable, and the video editing just wasn't professional enough. This put me off schedule, and it was really frustrating. I learned that if you're hiring someone, be clear about deadlines up front, and have a backup in case your first choice doesn't work out. Results. For the first 35 days, I was getting 500 to 3,000 views on my videos. I had a few hundred subscribers. It felt like I was completely stuck. In terms of costs, I spent $20 on ChatGPT Pro per month, $22 on 11 Labs per month, $26 on SocialChamp per month, $15 per month on Canva, and $50 per video for editing. In total, I spent $1,151. I'll be honest, on day 36 I was about to quit. It felt like I was just wasting my money. But then, that night, one of my videos blew up and was getting tens of thousands of views. And on day 41, my channel was approved for monetization, which was a simple application process, by the way. I didn't have any issues there, and it only took a few days. And then, in the next 12 days or so, another 2 of my videos did really well. In total, I uploaded 20 videos. I wanted to upload more, but I was having issues with the video editing and sticking to the schedule that I planned at the start. After 60 days, here's where I landed. The channel had around 8,800 subscribers, and views were picking up. My most popular video was getting close to 250,000 views, which was a big deal. My total ad revenue on day 60 ended up at $5,964. So not only did I build a monetized channel, but I also made almost $6,000 in ad revenue. Minus my costs, I made a $4,813 profit. I literally could not believe it because, on day 36, I was so close to quitting. I'm glad that I stuck to it and saw this through until the end, and I learned so much along the way. For the next step, I'm comfortable with outsourcing the entire video creation process to a team. I'll be able to give them good instructions because I know how the scripting, voiceover generation, SEO and thumbnails work firsthand. So now, I can just manage the process and be more hands-off. If you're thinking about YouTube automation, my advice is this: start small and learn the tools as you go. Automation can save you a lot of time, but it's not a set-it-and-forget-it situation. You still need to monitor quality and adapt as you go. If you have any questions about YouTube automation, or if you want to learn about more specific tools and hacks, click the link in the description to join our free school community. Inside the Scale Society, we share exclusive tips and updates on growing automated channels, making money online, and we even do weekly giveaways. It's a great way to network with and learn from successful people, get feedback, and find inspiration. And again, it's totally free, so come hang out with us there. Have you tried YouTube automation? Are you planning to? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this helpful or interesting, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this.